I do be loving those donkeys. Look who we got in the listeners section.
Alistair, did you record Concrete calling Abby an animal yesterday?
You mean Concrete?
Or Concretia?
Possibly. That was what, Matt Cool's room?
No, it was White House.
Possibly, but probably not. Chillism is one of the best rooms to record because you can hit it at 7 or 8 in the morning, come back 24 hours later, and it's still going. So it requires minimal effort from the recorder's perspective.
Oh, Monica, I have to take away from somebody, so I might be gone in just a second, but I'll be back.
You earned your ticket into the ballroom yesterday. Let's say heaven, right? Then your children have to unenforce. Then you still the ballroom where you got shot up.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just watched the video of Cash Patel just casually, like, just chilling. No, this is God.
So when Cash Patel came out last night, he's such a kiss ass, isn't he? He's always like the most flattering kiss ass to Trump, which is fine. I'm sure Trump really likes it, actually, but there's always just nonstop chatter about Cash is an alcoholic. Trump is considering firing him. And then after last night, Cash comes out and says, Donald Trump backs police, and we have what we need because of Donald Trump. It's like, yeah, well, that's great. But like, your credibility, is it all there? Like, do Americans really trust Cash Patel to not be a trickster and to be a straight shooter? I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I know a lot of Indians, and there are a lot of them are doctors, and they do very well. And they came here in the 80s, in mass migrations, and now they all run our medical industrial complex and make the most amount of money. I'm not complaining. I'm simply saying that Cash Patel is not the high quality, high credibility, moralist, virtue person that nobody ever thought he was. But I'm just saying that. Hello? But yeah, I mean, I'd be happy.
I hate it so much.
Oh, sorry.
I'm working with my paintbrushes, my pens, and I can't find the fucking lid.
Yeah, that sucks. You could always put saran wrap over it.
Well, what I did was I cannibalized the fluorescent yellow that I never use, and I just used that cap. And I'm like, you die, asshole.
Damn. You need to be on Trump's Secret Service security detail with that type of attitude. Trump will always have security.
I just hate that when you're in the middle of something and it's like, no, I can't afford this loss. This is not acceptable. Although I did have a good conversation with my dad yesterday, and because he's like, don't get confrontational. And I said, Dad, would you consider yourself an intense, passionate person? And his lady said, she said my stepmother, and she's like, yes, he is, yes. And she said it kindly, of course. And I said, I'm intense and passionate too, and I've received criticism about it, but I'm actually quite proud because it creates a kind of strength and it gets shit done. And I would say that I got that a lot from my parents. And they have strength and they got a lot of shit done. So I know when to pull back, and I'm like, I'm not being confrontational, my apologies. All I'm doing is intense and passionate and just letting you know that I have the strength that you guys have bequeathed upon me as well. Be reassured in that fact. Okay, the end.
Sometimes just acknowledging the emotions helps.
Yeah. He's quite, I don't know if you say reasonable, but when he's fair when it comes to making a good point. And though he may not say it, you can tell he's like, all right, good point.
The comedy clips from you put together was a lot of fun.
Unless they get the mark of the beast. And Jessica, by the way she answered these questions, she will get the mark of the beast in order to feed her children. And that in itself is the same answer to the question I asked earlier. Say, yo, do you love God more than your children, or do you love your children more than God?
Saint Jacobus and Saint Joseph. You know what's interesting is you wouldn't think at first face that many of these people are like hyper religious, but it turns out either they're hypocrites and full of shit, but it turns out that a lot of these people view themselves as being like hyper religious and totally accurate in their fundamental religious belief. And that's what a lot of people in chillism spend a lot of time talking about, which is crazy, but it's just one form of debate and people get high on it. It's just dopamine creation for people. Is people just keep going back to the source honeypot of creation and debating and fine tuning their argumentation. Hello. But I got my Nespresso here and my harmonica. And I just want to play a little harmonica song for our dear friend Monica, who I came across on Clown House being abused by all the black African Americans on this app, calling her racist, calling her white bread, grilled cheese sandwich, every nasty name in the cracker box.
Is that the story, or am I
Abraham and his son? Yes. What about it?
So he said, so God put him through tests and said, okay, you're more loyal to me than your own fucking son or brother or whatever.
I mean, that's not.
That's a good point, bro.
Context. That's not what the context is, Jacobus. Because God tells them what the context is.
Okay, they'll be arguing all day about this. It's a great room to record. Very little work involved except for the participants. It's what I call plantation working. It's the modern day clubhouse plantation where people just come to gather in the fields of the plantation. And I'm sitting in that beautiful white house on a hill overlooking the massive plantation. There are hundreds of workers, and I have cameras pointed at all of them to record their hard work, dedication, and commitment to service. Hello? So this is some music that I arranged on AI yesterday. I hope you like it. This song is called Hawk.
Mine is the head of the hawk, Abraham! Yes! I bear the rose and cross of life and remaining in the side, the invocation to therefore I say unto thee,
I'm not too big of a fan of heavy metal. You know, kind of too much in the morning. Let me play for something a little more chill. This is called Wisdom of God by the John Kitover Band. Grab your coffee, grab your cannabis if you got some. Sit back.
Came like dawn in my head, soft but stronger than I knew. My fear turned gold in your eyes, and my old night broke in two. I was lost in the noise, now I'm learning how to stay close to your quiet light. In the middle of the day, stop thinking, let it fall. Take the deepest breath of them all. Hold it close, don't run from the feeling. One more second, you can start believing. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, I rise above. Hold, 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 let it go, go, go. You are the answer I needed to know. Your touch is a steady rain on the dust of who I was. Every wound then it fades in a hush. I don't need 1,000 signs when your name is in my chest. One deep breath, one brave step, and the rest can be blessed. Stop thinking, let it fall. Take the deepest breath of them all. Hold it close, don't run from the feeling. One more second, you can't start believing. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, rise above. Let it go, go, go. You are the answer. I needed to know. If I tremble, stay near. If I break, pull me through. Teach my hands to release what I cannot hold with you. 10 not 9, 10 not 11. I breathe in your holy calm, and the storm in my head lays down like a palm. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, I rise above. Hold, hold, hold. Let it go, go, go. You are the answer. I needed to know. Wisdom of God, now it's home. Wisdom of God, I'm yours alone.
Hello?
Your face. Pictures, man. Yes. Like the second picture, and
Yeah, you keep those fucking faces on. You're good.
yeah,
In my eyes.
that face is fucking.
Keep the fucking face on.
I'm shit out of you, yeah. That is such a fucking face, isn't it? You looked at me like that, I'm getting a hard on.
Yeah, she's looking at you like that's all you got, nigga. That's all you got.
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as he hawks, but...
Okay, this comes from the.
You even got this guy up here.
Yeah, I foster all the degenerates because I'm a degenerate myself. So
Okay, this comes.
I'm in the mix. I'm in the.
All men are degenerates, bro. Like, I don't give a shit.
I'm part of the psyop. I'm part of the psyop.
We're all psyops.
Okay,
Danny's the biggest psyop of them all.
She's the biggest psyop.
this comes from the Tao Te Ching. This is page 56. I know many of you don't read anymore. You just come here and talk endlessly. The way is empty, yet when you use it, you never need fill it again. Like an abyss, it seems to be the ancestor of the 10,000 things. It files down sharp edges, unties the tangles, softens the glare and settles the dust. Submerged, it seems perhaps to exist. We don't know whose child it is. It seems to have even preceded the Lord. Heaven and earth are not humane. They regard the 10,000 things as straw dogs. The sage is not humane. He regards the common people as straw dogs. The space between heaven and earth, is it not like a bellows? It is.
My turn.
Hello?
My turn. My turn. Since you're saying I don't read, I bought some books last night.
this place where they sell books for $1.
That's just his opener, man.
It says, I can admit I know nothing. All I know is that life is a book bound by love and pain. Two things that are often the same. At any moment, it could fall apart. But the wonderful thing is that no matter how torn apart the spine might be, this book is written not just ourselves, others we meet along the way. So when I hand my book over for you to write, I ask you to scribble as much as you please. Do not leave anything out. Not one single heartbreak, a moment of happiness or sleepless night. Because in the end of the day, without this book, we know nothing.
Hello, Cerberus, you want to read to us from the Medina Charter of Muhammad, the Islamic Constitution, that we can finally put to rest that Islam is just a mafia organization and a scam and a fraud created by Muhammad? It's a major level marketing scam dedicated to the in-group, out-group, the believer versus the non-believer, for political gain, for financial gain, for intimidation and blood money. Hello?
Begotten child of my father and mother, my father
Does that like engage with me when you say hello? Like, is that like your code?
He's just doing now because it's just because it gets silent and he wants to know if he's still in the room or not. That's why he says hello, because he gets kicked out so many times that he's probably
because like he has a nice intro. He has a nice intro.
I told him he's got to clean that up.
Yeah, but like you got no substance, man. Like we want to hear something, you read something, but it needs to also be clicking. Like, where's the climax? And if there was a climax, like, you need to build up to it. There's the tone has to, like, you can catch attention, but you can't maintain it because you're giving it all your energy is being poured in that immediately. So we're all expecting like a build up, a climax, because you're already coming in with this, and it's all the same constant. And
let me give Alabaster.
It zones out, dude.
This guy fucking this guy says, I hope you know that as the sun must always set, the good will always end. It will always hurt. We simply grow out of feeling. At some point, the numbness will take over. The tears will flow with no choice. And your ceiling will forever be watching you stand. You will always be hitting with surges of pain you feel through your fingertips. You'll watch as your scar grows yourself. And you will pick up the phone only to say, yet through this. They resonate. It re-silence to continue to love your soul insist. I fucked it up. Yeah, these are the kind of moments. It's this fucking idiot doesn't think I read. I'll read some shit to you. I don't give a fuck. Has anyone been raped before? I had a rape phone.
Okay, what levels are there? We can just like get into it. Like, what is the legal definitions of it, and like how did I hurt myself in so much?
We're not going to really. I mean, a weird encounter is not going to be considered a rape, so we've had plenty of those.
There's such thing as date rape.
Yeah,
People are
I'm not so
awful.
sure if it is.
I think there is, and then people put roofies in people's drinks and stuff, so they're like passed out and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, I just want to point out that creativity is true joy. And so unfortunately, a lot of these rooms on Clubhouse just are not creative enough because you guys aren't using enough instruments.
necessary changes to make this work. I'm tired of trying when I see no real effort. I'm tired of fighting for someone who only wants to combat everything I say or I do. I'm tired of loving someone who acts like they hate me. I'm tired of talking like an adult while you act like a child. I'm tired of sharing my feelings with someone who is often by the pain, who is offended by the pain of my heart.
Doctrinaire, but
And so,
20 years. He was left of center. Tesla was a clean energy electric vehicle company. The Republicans were these people who didn't believe in climate change, and so it was sort of naturally much more comfortable in sort of
An ambiguous political
Democratic
position.
California. And then at some point, Elon shifted, and it's overdetermined why he shifted or why you shifted or some of these other people did.
I didn't shift, Peter. Everyone else just moved. But everyone feels that way, of course.
I know these things are overdetermined, but I keep thinking part of it is just this sort of straitjacket is not what you all signed up for. This intellectual straitjacket where you're not allowed to have ideas. Even if you agree with 80%, it's never enough. You have to be 100%.
So Comedy Mothership, I hope you work for Joe Rogan in Austin, Texas, and you're like, we love what you do, John, and we want you to come perform in Austin.
Almost me.
yeah, same exact Paul.
Maybe it's like just part of our brain. Everyone is just like rewired.
Yeah, it's the fifth. This book money's fucking garbage.
Mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue figure of the eternal air.
I think that you're a honeypot.
My fingers travel on the beat of
What might that mean? You're talking about
so
honey.
run I after the entire power of
What
glory.
might that mean?
By my fingers I the wand of double power in the voice of the master.
I gotta go back to start. To do shit. My fucking day off.
Mine is
Hello?
the head of the man.
I don't have a day off. I can't just leave my kids at my mother's house and just say I'm gonna be a dad. I can't do that. Because I have four fucking kids. You're talking about a 2-on-2 half court.
Do you really have like three right now? I mean, the oldest one's kind of on their own. I mean, you have four, but I mean, like, you're not controlling them.
Older child. Or if there is a divide, and the age is just to power the head of each of them. Where it's like strong authority over the young one, make it more symbiotic.
I was so angry because my brother's like 5 years older, so he'd always get the front seat. But like my sister's just like 2 years younger, so like we always had to take turns with the front seat, and I like felt like I never got that like older advantage.
Hello?
Should be given the respect and the authority. But it shouldn't be where it's so you can see it's not been given authority, but I use it to be more pragmatic.
You have that in your family.
There was a shot that I was sitting in the front, like the oldest or the one in the hierarchy is gonna sit in the front. So if it's not, depending on the relationship, if it's your father, your mother's gonna sit in the front. If it's not The mother's not there. The oldest has got to say I remember John now. Just makes me think that I leave his app too much, and then I'm having the same experience, and then I'm getting high, and then it's like tripping me up, and then am I doing this? Is this like kind of a recall of like something where like I'm getting
I gotta go to the breakup shit. This is what I gotta do, John. I'm going every nice poem I want to go to. I just want to go to another breakup fucking poem.
And I feel like the first time this happened to him is the reason why now he's this way. But it's just like he doesn't want to learn. He doesn't want to. I don't know. I don't think he's got anything he's actually interested other than like socializing. Man, this is humanity. This is Earth. This is not paradise, bro. This ain't paradise. You gotta put something on the table. You got to put something on the table. I hate it too, but bro, it's just.
Stop saying that. Great job. I am so proud of you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, God just spoke to me. What are you talking about?
Do you think God speaks to everyone or just you?
You're speaking right now. You are the world speaking to everything that happens in there. Like when a light, when I see a number, when I see, I pay attention to this stuff more and more as I'm getting older. And I'm just like, this matters. This is my number. This is my stuff. This is my theme. This is me. I should go there.
I need to know, like, I always felt like, everything's connected, synchronicity, and then, my dad, the psychologist, he said not everything is connected, and that I need to go to the psych hospital. So, like, I think
don't let
Judy
people tell you you're crazy. Like if you're smarter,
everything's connected.
if you're doing proper recognition and there's an alignment, this is the
only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle reversed, the sign given undone, sacred thee of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb I invoke thee. Mine is the garment of light, sword with gold, the fashion of my that I wear. By my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of the prophets and time. By the sign I invoke thee. Mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue vigor of the intimate air. By my crown I invoke thee. My fingers travel on the beats of pearl, so run I after thee in thy car of glory. By my fingers
words I invoke. I bear the wand of double power in the voice of the master. Abraham, by the Lord I invoke.
In history, any other president that's done that recently, at least. Because, yeah, they've.
I think just Truman, right? Truman, maybe?
Huh?
I think maybe Truman, was the last to do a major thing.
No, this is actually, but this is actually different what he's doing. It's not like the White House burned down or some shit.
Y'all care.
They completely destroyed a wing.
Yeah, but it's the new wing, you know? Only came in the 1900s. It's not the original White House. I don't know. I just didn't know that. Given, as someone who was deeply invested intellectually, emotionally, financially in the arts, I just did not know Americans cared this much about historical architectural preservation, given how hard it is for local historical societies that I belong to or contribute to raise $3,000. If only the people who are outraged about this much would have given $5 to the Carter G. Woodson House. I'm talking about black people. It wouldn't be condemned. You can't even go into Carter G. Woodson House, but everybody's celebrating Black History Month. Many people here don't even know the Carter G. Woodson House is condemned. I don't know, man. I'll be honest with you. I think if Obama did it, people wouldn't care. It's got to be good, but I respect everybody's opinion. Sandra, what does that mean? We said it's our house. It isn't. They elected them. It's not. We're Negroes. White people care about the law. Okay.
Yeah, but
Hey,
everyone. Well, who's we? I don't care about.
Sherry, you was on the same bandwagon, so don't go and change now. Because when you was one of them that was saying there was a problem, you had a problem about the ballroom at first.
I never talked about the ballroom.
I remember. I remember when we played it in here. We played it in here. There was a bunch of people.
You got to be kidding me.
Don't overtalk me. I remember when we played it. Don't overtalk me. I'm gonna let you talk in a second. Okay. I remember when we played it in this room.
Bullshit.
There wasn't one single person in this room that may not have said anything. I don't know. But I know this whole room was fucking outraged about it. Honestly, at the time, in my mind, I didn't care. I really don't give a fuck, to be honest. Half of the shit he's doing, I don't give a fuck. Outside of fucking motherfuckers deploying, I don't care.
Motherfuckers deploying. I don't give a fuck about nothing. Just about motherfuckers deploying.
He's also a history major. When he brought up people that's into history, yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying, because my mom is she's a history major. But I don't know anybody in this room that said I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody. There was nothing in the chat about I don't care. Now all of a sudden everybody wants to jump on stage and say, yeah, I don't know why people care. Why y'all didn't come up on stage and say that when people were saying it? Right. You know what funny shit? I'm not done speaking.
Okay.
When it was said earlier.
What's going on?
Before. You want to know what's going on?
Yes. Because I came up on stage and said something.
Hold on. I didn't mean to mod you. I'm gonna move you down to the go. Or you can move yourself. Okay, so no one came on stage. Spirited in this room, do y'all remember when we talked about this? Who came on stage and had a problem with it? Or didn't have? I don't care.
I said it was on the bottom of my list. I always said that. I mean, I care only to the extent of we don't, on the broader picture, that we don't have money to do things. We got ballrooms in that context. Otherwise, it's at the bottom.
But you know what? It's just funny that all of a sudden nobody gave a fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't give a fuck. If you want to know the truth, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I really didn't give a fuck then, and I don't give a fuck now. But that's the shit I be talking about. Y'all gotta have your own brain. This shit be weird. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe you weren't here. We actually went through statutes. I remember because Victoria was wrong. I went through the fine arts statutes of the 1930s. I remember. I'm sure, yeah.
I forgot the team because when we were looking it up, I was like, he's the one that assigns this person, so he's gonna get it approved. This whole fucking room was fucking talking crazy about, well, you know, this and that. Okay, so now everybody agree. Okay, I remember that argument. I was in here, man. Because honestly, I was like, let me just listen because I don't know what's going on. I don't care. And then I brought up that point. And I brought up something else that Cindy had said in another room. Cindy Stumpo. And I said, well, Cindy Stumpo was saying.
Cindy Stumpo.
And then somebody said something about she's white. I was like, okay, you got it.
You got it, babe. You got it, babe.
And I only use her as reference because she's quote unquote supposed to be an expert in construction. But I remember that conversation. Now all of a sudden everybody's outraged. Honey. I mean, no longer outraged. But maybe you change your mind over the time because y'all over time maybe y'all just heard other things and said, you know what, fuck it, I don't care anymore.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Yeah, we got another one. Daniela Bush from Jazz. It's not the White House, it's the Kennedy Center. Y'all don't go to the Kennedy Center or send any money to the Kennedy Center. The arts in this country have been woefully funded and cut by Republicans. I mean, really, in earnest. If you go back to the NEA 4, of course, many people who act like they care about the Kennedy Center don't know anything about the NEA 4, but that's different. Character. It's all fake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's all fake. This country does not
play that when I got my new graphics card 5 years ago. But
okay, so people care about this.
I'm too old, dude. It's too many damn buttons. I'm used to like 2 or 3 buttons on my controller. It's just the controller. It's a normal Xbox controller. No, I played it. I never graduated.
When the Kennedy Center shut down the repairs, people were up in arms.
Oh, what the fuck's up with you? I'm older. You old?
Sorry, if you think Eat the Joe with the fish head stuff.
Which one's that?
State-of-the-art performance. Then you?
The
My mom like has
that TDS guy. Trent, there's going to be nothing under the ballroom. It's not going to be a nuclear fallout shelter that only the president and the people can get to. Like, it's just, it's not, a ballroom is not needed. If you need a special underground fallout shelter, you just build that. You don't need a ballroom above it. Like, come on, man. I don't want to know. It's not about the necessity of a ballroom. Never in the history of the world, since fucking Louis XVI and Mary Antoinette got their heads cut off, has anyone argued that a ballroom was necessary?
No, but I think what friend has alluded to is what I put in the chat. I remember when they were talking about the designs and the plans. I kept wondering in the reporting why they kept specifying who some of the defense contractors were that were part of it. And I think it was, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but it made it seem like they were trying to make it like they were involved because of like the bunker shelters and everything that was going to be under. And I just thought it was weird that like that was part of how.
I suppose they were recording that they were going to be put in a hospital in the same structure as the ball.
That's yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, I approach it from this way because I see it in New York. Like every 10 to 20 years, the major cultural institution buildings are being upgraded, modernized, renovated, and this takes. And I see the fundraising, and it's like millions and millions of dollars. It takes. Pull things up for a couple of years or whatever it is. Like all these updates have to happen. There's no reason why it wouldn't have to happen for a Kennedy Center or ballrooms or whatever the fuck it is. Like this is just part of how buildings
will be underneath it, but there is obviously something going to be. There's been speculation of what it is. That is going to be underneath it as
escape from what? But who cares? Escape from what?
I don't know.
Escape from what?
We don't know because nobody.
No, you said it was needed, so I'm saying
that's not why. Man, this is not why. The reason why
the reason
why I said it was. I actually think it was needed is because of situations like just happened. Now,
like what?
Right. Because the White House is more, you can secure the perimeter of the White House.
What if the White House correspondents don't want to have their thing in the ballroom?
Well, that would be a different story. But for dignitaries visiting,
what would be needed for?
Well, man, can I?
No, I'm trying to understand because you're saying for last night, but there's no guarantee it would be in the White House.
Yeah. For dignitaries when they visit, when they have major.
How many dignitaries have been assassinated on American soil?
Yeah, but for security purposes, because we do live in a different security situation than previously.
Yeah, it was less secure before.
Well, hold on. Let me say, if I can finish, look, I can't remember if it was the Bush administration or the Obama administration. It might have been the Bush administration, but there were people talking about how there wasn't enough space to host X, Y.
By the song I invoke in my hand is thy sword of revenge. Let it strike at thy bidding. By the sword I invoke the voice of the fight, the voice of resistance. Even all the voices that mine is the head of the hawk. I bear the rose and cross of life and light, giving the sign at each abracadabra. Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, stronger than I knew. My fear turned gold in your eyes, and my old night broke in two. I was lost in the noise. Now I'm learning how to stay close to your quiet light. In the middle of the day, stop thinking. Let it fall. Take the deepest breath. Hold them all. Hold it close, don't run from the feeling. One more second, you can start believing. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, I rise above. Hold, hold, hold. Let it go, go, go. You are the answer I needed to know. Your touch is a steady rain on the dust of who I was. Every wound gets named, then it fades in the hush. I don't need 1,000 signs when your name is in my chest. One deep breath, one brave step, and the rest can be blessed. Stop thinking. Let it fall. Take the deepest breath. Hold them all. Hold it close, don't run from the feeling. One more second, you can't start believing. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, rise above. Oh, let it go, go, go. You are the answer I needed to know. If I tremble, stay near. If I break, pull me through. Teach my hands to release what I cannot hold with you. 10, 9, 10, 11. I breathe in your holy calm, and the storm in my head lays down like a pond. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, I rise above. Oh, 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 let it go, go, go. You are the answer I needed to know. Wisdom of God, now it's home. Wisdom of God, I'm yours alone. Tico. I read the wind in your hair, tower on the broken sidewalk, got in the grocery stand, psychology in the pattern, loving the way you say, if I let go, I come back clear. If I let go, you get near. Now it's wisdom, now it's joy, now it's wisdom, let it unfold. God is love here, love is now. Tell me how to hold this. Show me now. My mom's a room with boxes, labeled fear and pride. Then I watched them turn to sunlight. When you sat by my side, truth is a soft instruction. Not a blade, not a chain. If I breathe slow, I hear it sing. If I breathe slow, everything. Now it's wisdom, now it's joy, now it's wisdom. Let it unfold. God is love here, love is now. Tell me how to hold this. Show me I stop asking for forever. I start listening for the sign. One small smile, one clean moment turns the whole world right. Tenderness in the silence. Now is wisdom, now is joy, now is wisdom, let it unfold. God is love here, love is now, right here, right now. Show me
The reason why I said it was I actually
I'm Princess Ceres Valorian. I bring a message to Lord Boris from the Queen.
Prince Viserys Valorian, son of Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen.
Lord Boris, I brought you a message from my mother, the Queen.
Yet earlier this day I received an envoy from the king. Which is it? King or queen? The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it. What's your mother's message? Where's the bloody Nesta? Remind me of my father's oath. King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact. If I do as your mother bids, which one of my daughters will you wed? Boy.
My lord, I am not free to marry. I'm already betrothed.
So you come with empty hands. Go home, pup. And tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
Wait, my Lord Strong. Did you really think that you could just fly about the realm, trying to steal my brother's throne at no cost?
I came as a messenger, not a warrior.
Fight would be little challenge. No. I want you to put out your eye. It's payment for mine. One will serve. I would not blind you.
Princess Ceres Valorian.
Mine is the head of the hawk. Abrahadabra. And ends.
6. I bear the rose and cross of life and light.
Abrahadabra.
Giving the sign at each Abrahadabra.
Remaining in the sign. The invocation concludes.
Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the water, or whirling air, or of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God the vast one, might be thee.
Abrahadabra. The adoration. Impromptu. Close by banishing.
I think this was omitted at W's order.
Get what you're saying? And he does want to touch it, but he just
is the head of the hawk.
On and off, which is fine. The children are going to be climbing furniture.
How can they know what's wrong if they were never taught?
I bear the rose and cross of life and light. Abrahadabra.
Giving the sign at each.
Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes.
Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me,
information, impromptu, close by Banshee.
I think this was omitted at W's order.
Mine is the head of the man, and my inside is keen as the heart. By my head I invoke thee.
I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee.
About me shine the diamonds of radiance white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee.
Green is the red triangle. Reverse the sign given of none. Save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb I invoke
Three mine is the garment of white, sewn with gold, the flashing abide that I wear.
by my robe I invoke thee.
Mine is the sign of Apophis and Typhon. By the sign I invoke thee.
Thine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue vigor of the intermediate.
By my crown I invoke thee. My fingers travel on the beads of pearl. So run I after thee in thy car of glory. By my fingers I invoke thee.
I bear the wand of double power in the voice of the Master, Abrahadabra. By the word I invoke thee.
Be mine are the dark blue waves of music in the song that I made of old to invoke thee.
Strike, strike the master chord.
Draw the flaming sword. Crown, child, and conquering sword I invoke thee.
The voice of the fighting, the voice of the 611 are the voices.
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawks. By my head I invoke thee. Hey, I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle reverse, the sign given of none save it be of thee. O Lord, by the Lamb and I invoke thee.
3 minus the God. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
Do you help with taxation?
If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my neck. I fly like a get
No stop signs, speed limit. Nobody's gonna slow me down. Let go wheel.
y'all said. Try